Before you were given a name. Before your first cry split the silence of this world. Before this body learned to breathe. You already existed. And the most dangerous question a human being can ever ask is not, how do I survive? But, why was I born? Because the moment you ask why, life can never remain shallow again. Why this body? Why this family? Why this pain? Why this repeating pattern? Why does joy slip through the fingers just when you think you've grasped it? If life were only about success, achievement would bring peace. If life were only about pleasure, desire would eventually satisfy us. Yet even at the peak of success, something inside whispers, there must be more. Paramahansa Yogananda said, the soul does not seek happiness. It is happiness. It seeks only to remember itself. Stay with this video till the very end. Because this is not just a talk. It is a mirror. If you feel something stir within you right now, a quiet recognition, a strange familiarity, then you belong here. Subscribe to Inner Divine. This channel is for souls who are no longer satisfied with surface answers. Comment below. I am ready to remember. And if this message feels important, help it reach the one who needs it. Like. Share. Let the truth travel. Now, let us enter the deeper reason behind birth. According to Paramahansa Yogananda, the soul is never born. Bodies are born. Stories are born. Identities are born. But the soul is eternal. Birth is not the beginning of life. Birth is the continuation of a journey. The soul existed before this body, and it will exist long after it is gone. What we call birth is simply the soul stepping onto another stage, wearing another costume, to complete another act. Why the soul enters the world. If the soul is perfect, why does it come into an imperfect world? Because perfection seeks expression. A musician may know music internally, but until the instrument is played, the song remains silent. The universe is God's instrument. The soul is his melody. Yogananda taught that the soul enters creation to experience itself through contrast. Light knows itself through darkness. Stillness knows itself through movement. Infinity knows itself through form. Karma is not punishment. Karma is not reward. Karma is unfinished experience. Every thought you think creates a vibration. Every emotion you cling to creates a tendency. Every action you repeat creates momentum. These vibrations do not die with the body. They travel with the soul. Birth happens because something inside the soul says, I am not done yet. Why you were born into this life. You were not randomly placed. You were not mistakenly assigned. According to Yogananda, the soul attracts the conditions necessary for its evolution. Your parents are not accidents. Your challenges are not coincidences. Your strengths are not luck. Everything in your life is precisely calibrated to awaken something within you. Even the pain you wish never happened has intelligence behind it. Why we forget past lives. If we lived before, why don't we remember? Because remembrance too early would crush the mind. Nature erases memory, but preserves tendencies. That's why a child can play music without training. That's why fears appear without explanation. That's why certain places, faces, or teachings feel strangely familiar. These are echoes. Maya, the cosmic illusion. Paramahansa Yogananda described the world as Maya. Not false, but deeply misleading. Like a movie projected onto a screen. The images feel real while they last. Hearts race. Tears fall. Joy rises. Yet when the lights come on, nothing on the screen was ever truly happening. The world works the same way. We mistake the role for the actor, the costume for the self, the passing emotion for eternal identity. We see the wave and forget the ocean. Maya does not deny reality. It distracts consciousness from its source. Birth, then, is entry into this divine drama, where the soul temporarily forgets, so that remembering becomes possible. Why life includes suffering? If God is loving, why does life hurt so deeply? Because awakening requires friction. A soul that never struggles, never turns inward. Comfort keeps awareness asleep. Pain is not meant to punish you. It is meant to crack the shell of ego that hides truth. Yogananda said, "Suffering is God's most misunderstood gift. Pain redirects attention inward. Loss loosens attachment. Failure humbles pride. Disappointment dissolves illusion. Every hardship quietly asks, will you identify with the temporary body? Or remember the eternal soul?" Stages of soul evolution. Human birth is rare because it allows self-awareness. Animals experience life. Humans question it. The soul evolves through inner stages. Desire for survival. Desire for pleasure. Desire for power. Desire for knowledge. Desire for liberation. Spiritual restlessness is not a problem. It is a sign of maturity. When worldly success no longer satisfies. When pleasure feels incomplete. When silence feels more attractive than noise. The soul is preparing to remember what it has always been. The true purpose of human birth. Here is the central truth of Paramahansa Yogananda's teaching. The reason the soul enters human form again and again. The purpose of human birth is self-realization. Not belief. Not blind faith. But direct knowing. To know, not intellectually, but experientially. That you are not the body that ages. Not the mind that doubts. Not the story shaped by circumstance. You are divine consciousness itself. Temporarily expressing through form. Religion is not the final goal. Ritual is not the destination. Even morality, noble as it is only a preparation. The true goal is direct experience of God within. Felt in stillness. Recognized in silence. The role of meditation. Meditation is not escape. It is remembrance. When the mind grows quiet, the soul steps forward into awareness. Yogananda taught Kriya Yoga as a scientific path, a method to accelerate evolution. Because wandering through birth after birth is slow and unconscious. Awakening does not have to wait. Freedom from the cycle of birth. When the soul completes its lessons, desires begin to dissolve. When desires dissolve, karma loses its grip. And when karma dissolves, birth is no longer necessary. This is liberation. Not rejection of the world, but mastery over illusion. And freedom within it. Why you are watching this video. You are not here by chance. Nothing in consciousness happens randomly. Something deep within you is already remembering. A truth older than this body. Older than this lifetime. This message does not feel new. Because it is not being learned. It is being recognized. Truth never arrives as information. It arrives as a quiet knowing. As a feeling of coming home. If these words resonate, it means your soul is listening. If this video awakens something ancient within you, subscribe to Inner Divine. Comment what you felt. Your words carry vibration and intention. Share this message with the one who is silently searching. And remember, You were not born to merely exist. You were born to awaken. You were born to remember eternity.